I am not happy that you are doing this again.
Look, Louise, I was this close last time. I'm not going to let him get away with it.
Because we were so near, it's worth having one more try.
You're saying that this man may be capable of murder, but you are willing to allow the faceless woman to be alone with him?
Look, Louise, I'll be fine. You're not going to stop me anyway. I'm going to get him. JJ, we need to talk. I want to come home.
What?
I haven't slept for days. I'm sorry. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but it's what I want.
Oh, please, this is laughable.
She's right, people are laughing at me, Jerry. I don't know why you've not divorced me already.
I've seen better acting in church. Panto.
Quiet, Maxine, please.
Can we at least talk?
Yes, of course we can.
Oh, don't let her do this.
Maxine, please, would you excuse me for a moment?
She's up to something.
Would you be quiet? I'm trying to get her shares, remember? What's all this about?
I've come to my senses. Realize who I love.
What about Louise?
He's been the biggest mistake of my life, Jerry. I know I've let you down, but I want you back.
I'll never trust another woman again in my life.
What's happened?
It was last night, Jerry. When you told me you tried to kill Louise.
What?
Well, it made me think how much you loved me. I mean, you risked going to prison for years for our love, didn't you?
I have always loved you. You know that.
You'd even kill somebody for me.
Oh, you are so beautiful. So beautiful. I have missed you so much, you know. Not now, but quite soon. I think we ought to talk about your shares.
Of course, Jerry. You must admit it's been difficult for me, knowing that you've been so ruthless that you'd kill for me.
Sweetheart, please don't stress yourself.
Didn't you feel guilty? I mean, you're responsible for somebody's death.
Can we please change the subject?
When you hired the gunman, Jerry, didn't you think you'd get caught?
What? You bastard! I might have known you. Are you trying to trap me? Is that what you're trying to do? What have you done? Hired a private detective or something? Is that what you've done?
This will happen.
Where is he? He'll be outside. I know you're out there!
I won't take your bags upstairs, then.
Dawson! You are harassing me! Now, I'm going to report you. Now, you have nothing on me. Nothing whatsoever.
Not yet, but we will.
And you have failed.
How much for my share, then, Jerry? What am I bid?
You will never get a single penny from me. Now, I want a divorce. And I never want to see you again.
You must take it easy. You are hurt.
I'm not. I'm just a bit bruised, that's all. I'm fine. I need to get on.
Slow down. What can you do now, eh?
Look, Jerry might never confess, but I'm going to get him anyway. Look what he's done.
What are you going to do now? I don't want you to do anything dangerous again.
I'm going to go and see Prashant Datani I'm going to make him buy my shares to Harchester. That way, Jerry loses control of the club. I get all the money I need and you get your transfer. By this time tomorrow, we could be out of Harchester for good.
Good evening.
Evening.
Hi. So, straight to business.
All right.
You're interested in selling your 15% in Harchester United, and Marilyn has quoted £1 million.
Yeah, she did, didn't she?
So, deal done.
I'm afraid not. I believe you also bought 15% from Jack Fellows.
That's right.
And I found out you paid him $4 million. So I'd like 5.
You must understand, Mrs. Block, the intricacies of share buying. While Mr. Fellowes' shares might well have been worth $4 million a couple of weeks ago, the same amount of shares
Yeah,
now...
well, you see, my poor little brain can't quite understand those intricacies. Because it seems like you were trying to rip me off. Take advantage of me.
It would be the last thing on my mind to try and...
Before you go on, you might as well hear my condition.
Which is?
If you were to buy my shares, you'd have to release Luis from his contract. You'd have to sell him to another club for a guarantee fee of £2 million.
No way. Rodriguez is the biggest asset this club has. He's worth at least $5 million. If he's not involved, then neither am I.
Well, I guess that's it then. Nice meeting you, though. Marilyn?
Dizzy tart.
Disaster.
No, it'll be fine.
But he's not going to pay. He won't release me.
Not yet, no. Luis, why don't we get a nice bottle of champagne? I fancy an early night.
I must play in these games. Europe, the big stage.
You will soon, I'm sure.
I need to be at a club where I can play these big games every week. I need to get out of Harchester.
Prash will let you go soon. Just give him time.
I don't have any time. You must make a deal with him.
I have tried, Luis. What more do you want me to do? This was delivered for Mrs. Block.
Thank you. There's a letter for you. It says urgent.
Well, Harchester will relish coming up against Fletcher tonight. This is the furthest Harchester has ever been.
It's from Marilyn Howard. Dear Linda, I thought you might like to know I've sold my shares in Harchester United to Prashant Datani. I know you'll be pleased I haven't gone to Jerry. Good luck and thanks for everything. That's it.
Great.
No, this is fantastic. That means now there's only 3 shareholders. Jerry, myself and Prashant. Neither of them can control the club without my shares. I'm going to the match. I shall have to deal with me now. I think we need to have a word. In private?
Good. You know, it makes sense.
She's here. What the hell is she playing at?
It won't help your cause if you make a scene. We need her on our side. Now watch the game.
So, you ready to sell now?
Yes. Only things have changed, haven't they? You've bought Marilyn's shares, which by my reckoning brings you to 39%. Jerry has 46, so whoever buys my 15% gains control of the club.
I can't deny it. You're holding all the aces. What do you want? 4 million? 5?
5 million would be more than enough. Only you know the condition. The deal must include Luis's immediate release from his contract.
That's disgusting. Something really has to be done about the catering.
Yes, well, if you release Luis from his contract, then you can do what you like.
Linda, Luis is vital to this club. Look, I'm offering you 5 million. If we go down, your shares won't be worth a fraction of that. You're gambling, Linda, and you'll lose.
Maybe I should speak to Jerry.
5 million, and I'll let Luis go at the end of the season. Jerry can't match that. Take 24 hours.
Sounds like we're missing the excitement. Shall we?
I've got a seat in the stands back there with the real fans.
What are you doing, Maxine?
Don't you think it's time we had a chat? Have you made a deal with Titani or not?
I might have.
Well, forget it. Because only we can give you what you really want.
So, Jerry will let Louise go immediately in return for my shares. What about the money? Prash offered me $5 million.
You don't want money, Linda. Louise is rich enough. We're offering you freedom. No hanging around in this dump waiting for your relationship to sour.
How do I know Jerry won't go back on his promise?
Because I won't let him. Do you really think I want you hanging around here any longer?
Did you see Jerry?
Yeah, and Maxine and Prashant.
Well?
Look, let's get out of here so we can talk about this properly, eh?
Hey, where you going? I've just got the drinks in. Huh?
Fletcher, that was a good goal. Well played.
Yeah, should have had a couple more and all, mate. Shame you couldn't play. You could have done with a decent striker.
Next week, eh? On the return leg. It will be different then.
2 clear goals, mate. You sure you'll be fit enough?
You wait and see.
Oh, I've got something for you. It's Sean's video diary of the cup final. His brother gave it to me after the crash. Thought you might like a copy.
Thank you.
Sorry. I guess you might not want to see it after what happened to you.
No, it's fine.
Bit of a downer, innit? Everyone who died. But it's a good way of remembering, isn't it? The good old days, yeah?
Well, this explains everything.
What's the problem? Why can you not accept the offer?
Because when Jerry wins, he keeps the club, he gets away with everything.
Stop thinking about Jerry. What about me? If you make me stay here, I will never play in a World Cup. I will never be great.
But Prash is going to let you go at the end of the season.
Oh, yes. And then you will get your £5 million. Is that what is important to you? You want to ruin my career so you can be rich? Linda.
Cheers, lads. But we haven't won the cup yet. Yeah, that's good. That's with you in defence of me up front. What more do we need, eh?
Do you mind if I watch this?
Yeah. All right, lads.
No.
Gentle split. Oh, John, I've got a gentle split for you. One, you make way back to you, Captain. Thank you very much.
It is strange, eh? To see it all again. All of us as we were.
John Black, ladies and gentlemen.
So full of excitement and confidence.
John Black died a couple of hours after that.
Thank you. No, thank you. This is Sean Huttle signing off. Back to the studio. Riled up for the match today. We're feeling rather fine, rather positive about the whole situation.
Wait a minute.
Wembley. I was thinking I'm going to get goals myself. Oh, do you want to...
What's that?
We're feeling rather fine, rather...
It is when we are all getting on the coach, you remember?
No, behind. It's Jerry, look. He's swapping briefcases with that man. Who is that?
I don't know.
On cup final day, before the shooting, Jerry's swapping briefcases with a man that has no right to be anywhere near the team. Yes?
Yes?
What if that's the man who shot John Black and me? The man Jerry hired to kill you?
But if it is...
If it is, then the shares are irrelevant. We can put Jerry down for this. We can release you from your contract. We've no need to sell anything. We've won. We've got what we wanted.
So, you go to the police and they take Jerry to court. Then what?
I want justice, Louise.
Justice? If you have money or power, you are above justice. How many guilty men are walking free today, eh?
That may be true in South America, but not here.
I am sure the video will destroy Jerry. But just don't rely on the law, eh?
Excuse me. Is Inspector Dawson available? My name's Linda Block.
I'll find out if you'd like to take a seat. Mrs. Block? Inspector Dawson's not there at the moment. Can I take a message?
No, not to worry. It's not important. Thank you. When I was sitting in the police station, I just kept thinking of how many times Dawson had told us we hadn't got any evidence. And I thought, what if he says the same this time? We'll be back where we started with nothing.
So we must play with Jerry in his own game.
But how? You said yourself the video doesn't prove anything.
He doesn't know that. We must use this to make him on the wrong foot.
You mean tell him about the tape and make sure he thinks there's more on it than there really is?
Exactly. If Jerry thinks we have enough to send him to jail for murder, he will do anything we ask.
The point is, if we only show Jerry this frame from the video, is he going to believe that there's enough on there to convict him? I mean, the rest isn't enough.
But that is the trick. We show him only one frame. He knows we have a whole tape of what happened on that day. What you must do is to convince him that there is more.
But there is nothing else on the tape that will condemn him.
But he doesn't know that. If you do it right, just this one frame will be enough to frighten him.
So, suppose I persuade him that there's enough on there to convict him. What then?
We get everything we want. If he thinks we will go to the police, he will run. He will have to sign all his shares over to you, and we can leave Harchester.
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, we're very confident.
You're missing a few of your key players, in particular Luis Rodriguez.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have Luis, Wes Kingston, Billy O'Neill. Well, we've got a strong squad, and we're very confident. We're more than capable of winning this.
What is it?
That's right.
And what's fingers and thumbs, Louise? I'm a mess.
You are never a mess, my darling. I think you will feel fine after we have done this thing.
I know. I think it'd be much better if I see Jerry on my own.
But why? He is dangerous.
Well, you know him. Seeing you just riles him. I think if I'm on my own, he'll see things much more rationally. Why don't you just drive me there, okay?
Ah, the couple who might push Posh and Beckham from the front page. Now listen to me. This had better be pretty damn good, because you'll stop me going to a game in Mallorca, which is very, very important. Now, whatever this is, why could it not have been done earlier in the day?
I had things to do, you know, paperwork. Things I think you'll find interesting. Shall we go to your office?
Are you sure you don't want me to come with you?
No, it's fine. You stay here. I think we both know where you are. I think you should see this.
What? Listen, I don't really have time for video games.
Yeah, well, you'll watch it because it's in your best interest. Unless, of course, you fancy going to prison.
Prison?
Now, we both know who that is. And what you were doing.
What does this prove, exactly?
It shows you were the known hitman.
Known?
Known to the police.
Oh, I doubt it. He was just an ordinary security man.
I think D.I. Dawson would move heaven and earth to find him if I gave him the tape.
This is preposterous. You must be out of your tiny little mind if you think any of this can stick.
Oh, no. When they have a picture of the suspect who can be linked with you, I think they'll be much more interested. And when they do find him, I think he'll be more than willing to name other guilty parties in the murder, just to reduce his sentence.
Ridiculous. Now just suppose I go along with all this nonsense. What do you want from me?
I want you to sign these.
The deeds to the house.
I'm not spending a year going through the divorce courts and paying lawyers. I want this done now. I'll call Dawson.
Is that it?
Oh, no. That's just the beginning.
This I am not signing.
You have no choice.
Not the club, please. It is my life. You can't take the club away from me.
I can, and I will. Do you really think that that is my only copy? Don't worry, I'm not going to be too hard on you. I'm going to give you a chance to get out while the going's good. I've heard Rio can be nice this time of year.
I'm not leaving with nothing.
You can take Maxine. There's 2 tickets there. So what's it to be, Jerry? South America? Or 20 years in Wormwood Scrubs? Choice is yours.
How did it go?
I can't believe what I've just done. I'm still shaking all over.
I'm not surprised. What happened?
He signed everything. I own the club, the house, everything. You should have seen his face.
Whoa, so you are the new chairman of the club.
I suppose so.
I am so proud of you. So now you can sell me and you can sell your shares to Prashant the Tani and the nightmare is over. We are free to be together wherever we want.
I gave Jerry 1 hour to get out the house, so that means we can go and check out the Grange and move into our new home. Take the bags upstairs, please, Louise. I need to speak to Maxine.
Linda, what are you doing here?
No, what are you doing here?
I'm glad you came, actually. It means I can explain some things properly. I mean, I believed you all along, but Jerry convinced me it was in everyone's interest if we let it blow over. Including your best interests.
Is that the best you can do?
I mean, it sounds silly. I know it does, but he thought once you'd accepted everything, things would get back to normal. I wished I hadn't listened.
You had your chance to go with him.
But I wanted to smooth things over with you first. Really, I'm on your side.
Please, Maxine. The only side you've ever been on is your own. You're my sister. I trusted you. Now, I'm giving you 5 minutes to get your things and get out this house.
Just give me 1 minute.
5 minutes, Maxine. Get out.
Earlier, Gary, sensational strike from the left
Go, Lucas! Oh, everything's working out for us today. Our own home, our own club, and winning in Spain.
And by the weekend, you can sell the club and I will be with a new team.
Daddy?
This is everything we want. Tomorrow you can go to Ray and tell him to sell me and Prash to buy your shares.
Please, calm down. Let's just enjoy tonight first.
Of course.